within the district the necessary support to carry out their mission, the mission of Rotary International, and the object of Rotary.
Yes, and Jerry has been executing that plan to perfection. And he has assembled a team that has put together a fantastic conference full of great speakers, fun experiences, and the opportunity to celebrate and recognize some of the great work that District 6910 clubs have done over this past year. And how about the service project opportunity at the Family Justice Center?
That's going to be really cool. I think that is just fantastic. It's going to be fun. And you know what? I can't wait to go to dinner on the train ride tomorrow night. That's an experience that I've never had, and I'm really looking forward to it. But you know, Jennifer, one of the great things about being a district conference is that you really get to learn more about the bigger picture of Rotary and meet and network with your fellow Rotarians from across North Georgia. And it truly gives an even greater appreciation for this global organization that we all are a part of.
You got that right. So I remember my very first district conference and not knowing many people. So if we can have your attention, if we can have everyone's attention, we want to recognize folks who are here as a first-timer.
First-timers. Who's a first-timer? Please stand up.
Stand up,
first-timers.
First-time attendees.
There we go. Yes.
That is amazing. Amazing to see so many first-time attendees. So thank you all for coming, and welcome to your first district conference.
So, Jennifer,
those of you, we still need a little bit.
Quiet down.
Quiet down. Hush sign.
It's so exciting. See, we're in person. Everybody wants to talk and network.
I know.
I don't blame
But if you guys will welcome the folks sitting around the folks that are here for the first time, please make sure to introduce yourself and connect them with others.
So, Jennifer, before we jump into the serious stuff, I thought, our club president this year, Wanda Weger, she likes to start and open up every one of our meetings with a joke.
Uh-oh.
Now, notice that I did not say a good joke. Okay. I just said a joke. Right? So I thought maybe, because Wanda's not here tonight, but I thought in honor of her, I thought I would give this a try. Is it okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So let's see how these go over with everybody. All right. What do you call a train carrying bubble gum?
Carrying bubble gum. What do you think?
A choo-choo train. Yeah. See, there's a future leader, district leader right there. Jessica got that one. All right. Okay. Well, then they got to get harder here because that was too easy.
That was too easy.
All right. I got another one.
Okay.
What did the train conductor say when he saw a herd of cows on the track? Move it! Man, these are way too easy.
Everybody's so smart in this room. I don't know. What are you talking about?
Only the brightest come to district conference, I guess. Clearly smarter than in our club. We don't always get one.
Get the answers.
All right, last one, I promise.
All right.
Why did the train need a vacation?
I need a vacation.
Yeah, I need one too, but why did the train need a vacation?
Anybody know out there? Anybody? Derail?
Oh, look at this.
That's a good one.
To blow off some steam. Hey!
Oh, my goodness. That's awesome. Those are great. All right. Wanda, I'm sure is going to be very proud of you. Maybe somebody videoed. We'll let her know. But let's go ahead and move on to a little bit of business. We have a couple of housekeeping announcements. So be sure to display your meal card at the table. And also, if you have an allergy dietary, the red card, please also display that to your server so they'll know which meal to give you. There may be some different colors actually than red, but make sure you have that allergy and your meal card. And then that allergy card, the dietary card, you'll want to keep that card the whole time, so don't throw that away. Make sure you have that at each meal throughout the whole conference. There's a quiz later. Did y'all get
quiz?
That?
That's right. Don't leave your card behind.
Right.
Don't leave the clock is ticking right here, Jennifer. Yeah. It's time to get this train moving on down the track. Yeah. And we can't do that without welcoming to the stage this year's district conference chair, Peter Gleichman from the Canton Rotary Club. Come on up, Peter.
Come on, Peter. Woo-hoo.
Hey, welcome everybody. I am so glad you're here. So we did the bell and now we have to do. So now we're really getting this going. So thank you so much for being here. We are so excited to have you here. We're going to have a great weekend, and I'm so happy that you're here. We have had some wonderful sponsors of this event who have made it possible, and so I want to share some of that, and I'll be doing that throughout the conference. So the first sponsor that we're going to recognize is Piedmont Athens Regional Hospital. Woo! Founded by physicians in 1919, Piedmont Athens Regional continues to lead real change in how healthcare is provided in Athens, offering a Level 2 trauma center and a Level 3 NICU unit. So that is great. Thank you so much for your support of that. Also, we want to recognize Etowah Water, the excellence in every drop water. Their water and sewer authority was created from humble beginnings in the 1970s by concerned citizens and now growing to meet Dawson County's future needs. Thank you for providing us with the water for all of our conference, and that was great. And we have one more sponsor we're going to recognize right now, Marketing Incentives, providing all types of promotional items for your business. A huge thanks to Jane Berg for your assistance and for our items for our swag bags. So we are so lucky to have you. And I want to say, I'm feeling so lucky to have all of you. So let's get on with it. Have a great evening. Thanks so much.
All right. Now, as we kick things off here in Chattanooga, it is my honor and privilege to introduce Alan Clark, who is the 2022-23 District Governor of District 6780. Alan is a member of the Rotary Club of Franklin County AM. He's a retired colonel from the U.S. Army, an author, and an accomplished educator and information technology professional. He is also a sports enthusiast with a background in sports broadcasting and even on my favorite, the Vol Network. For those of you who know me, I was told Alan I wanted to introduce him out here in my checkerboard overalls, but I'm in this conductor outfit, so I couldn't do that. But please join me in welcoming my fellow Vol fan and District 6780 Governor Alan Clark. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you there. There's one table. My speech is so long I had to bring my lunch, so I'm sorry. For the next 30 minutes, that's okay, Mark, I got it. Well, 6910, welcome to District 6780. We are together as Rotarians, together as one, second to none, right? Jerry and I have talked. And he's got a tremendous conference plan for you here. We want to get right into it. So I'm the 109th District Governor of 6780. That's how long we've been in existence here. This district extends from the western edge of Middle Tennessee all the way to North Carolina in all of East Tennessee. We've got 3,124 members in our district. That's a plus 200 in just 1 year. We feel real excited about that. Thank you. 32% of them are women. So we meet Jennifer. That's on the way to 50, right, girls? On the way to 50%. 2,933 of those are Rotarians and 191 are Rotaractors. We've got 62 Rotary clubs, 12 Rotaract clubs, total of 74. Jerry can tell you what it's like visiting all those clubs in 1 year. We compete annually for the top spot in foundation giving in all categories in zones 30 and 31, and we're in zone 30. This year we kind of set a new standard. We have 200 Paul Harris Society members, and I think maybe one or two has just joined since then. So I know. Do you also do the Polio Plus Society now? Yeah, started that as well. I know what everybody's going through here because our district conference is next week in Pigeon Forge up at the Dollywood Dreammore Estate. Some of you want to come on up. We're going to have a heck of a time there. It starts Thursday with a golf tournament. Friday, Saturday is our program, and we've got a great one. District 6780 is blessed to have had 3 Rotary International presidents, Jim Lacey from Cookville, James Bomar from the Shelbyville area, and you're going to hear John Germ, I believe, on Saturday night in 2016-17. He was the Rotary International president. And he will challenge you and give you a good talk on Thursday night. I guarantee. I don't know why I'm saying that. Saturday night. And you'll like hearing him. Shirley and I, my wife, right there. Hi, Shirley. We lived 22 years in Chattanooga, and I spent a lot of time in Georgia. 5 years at Georgia Perimeter College. Amen. Down around Atlanta. I know Atlanta's not a part of your district, I don't think, but I traveled through there quite a bit, and I know quite a bit. So we're all very similar. I read your website, and it's great. Okay, so in closing, that's the best 2 words in any speech. In closing, I've got a little gift. Now, Lebanon, Tennessee, this is part of our district, is the home of Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel number 1 was located in Lebanon. They had to tear it down. It got so old. They built that in the 60s, you know. And the bag came from Cracker Barrel. So, Jerry, if you would come up, I want to make a presentation both of the bag. Yeah. And I want to bring out a gift. These are moon pies made right here by the Chattanooga Bakery Company in Chattanooga, Tennessee, also in District 6780. So welcome to District 6780. Thanks for coming. Don't forget the bag. Thank you all. God bless you.
Thank you for being with us this evening, Governor Clark, and for kicking off what will be an exciting conference. And now, please welcome Rick Billingsley, our district chaplain and president of Banks County Rotary Club, to lead our invocation.
Welcome, everybody. Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for the journey of those who brought us to here tonight, from Paul Harris to Jennifer Jones, for all the good works of all of our clubs, for the impact on all of our communities, for our own prayer concerns, the obstacles that we have overcome, and for peace in this world. May our food be blessed. May our food be may our food be blessed, and the hands that prepared it be blessed as well. May our fellowship be hearty, and may our love abound. And I'd like to say, all aboard. Amen.
And now, please welcome Neil Azevedo, our Sergeant-at-Arms and member of the Madison County Rotary Club, for our first round of door prizes.
All right, well, welcome to Chattanooga, District 6910, and I am very, very thankful to see a lot of new faces out there. We have a lot of first-timers, and just to let you guys know, Sergeant-at-Arms will be doing this. We've been doing this for about 4 years, these door prizes, and we have a wheel that has everybody's name in it. And as you guys get door prizes selected, your name will be taken out of the raffle. So we'll give a fair chance for everybody else. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel. We got 3 prizes right now, and then we're going to have dinner, and then we'll have 4 prizes when we leave for the evening after dinner. And then throughout the day, Friday and Saturday, we'll do some more door prizes throughout the day. So you have to be in the room to get your prize. So if you guys are outside and you hear your name, come running because you're going to miss it. So the first one we have is a train diffuser. This is if you ever seen those diffusers, you put the oils in and it kind of makes the smoke come out. It's aromatic. It's very, very nice and pleasant. So we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel for this one, Phil. Jeff Williams, please raise your hand. Is Jeff Williams here? Ooh. So I guess we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel again, Phil. You got to be here. Hey, some of these prizes are really nice. Billy Fleetwood. All right. Congratulations, Billy. Jessica's going to like it. All right, our next door prize is going to be a $50 Amazon card. Go ahead and spin the wheel, Phil. Vernon Smith. Vernon Smith. Right up front. Enjoy your $50 from Amazon. Next door prize is going to be $50 for Starbucks. Go ahead and spin the wheel, Phil. Rebecca Metzer. All right, up front. Congratulations, you guys. Having a wonderful dinner, and we'll see you guys in a little bit.
All right. Well, now it's time for food, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to have our banquet staff will be coming out and bringing out your food. Everyone, please enjoy your meal and fellowship over the next few minutes. We'll be back in a little bit to continue the program, but a couple of things we just want to make sure you note. The banquet staff will come out, bring the food, enjoy the food. Once the programming does start, the staff will no longer be picking up plates just out of courtesy to our speakers and so forth. So just be aware that once the programming starts, they won't be taking things off of the table.
Absolutely. And for anyone needing a beverage refill, servers will be stationed around the perimeter of the ballroom. So just signal the server if you need assistance. And enjoy your meal.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit. All right. We are back.
Hello, hello.
All right, everybody continue to enjoy your food and your meal. But we are going to get the program back going. And
yeah, we're going to start the program. Let's go ahead and get things started. So we would love to please welcome to the stage Cheryl Leggett, Assistant District Governor and member of the Athens Rotary Club. Cheryl?
Go, Cheryl.
Hello, my people. I am so proud to present to you today. I'm a singer. I know how to use a mic. I am proud to present to you our district governor, Jerry Taylor. And I say present to you and not introduce because who doesn't know Jerry? Some of you met Jerry when he was the United Way Vice Chair. He serves as the Senior Vice President of Resource Development, where he began at the Northeast Georgia United Way in 2007. He served United Ways for over 30 years, beginning in Lexington, Kentucky, and then as Assistant Campaign Director, then moving to Racine, Wisconsin, and then he moved to Birmingham, Alabama, and then he ended up in Georgia. I'm sure he was glad to get here so he could quit shoveling snow. Others of you met Jerry as a Rotarian, and long before he became our district governor, he did a lot of other things, like he was the past president of the Classic City Club, he was the past assistant governor, he was the district training vice chair, he was over district awards and recognitions, and he's been of various committee chairs. So as you can tell, he is one of those people that when he goes in, he goes all the way. For example, during his United Way career, he was responsible for raising $250 million in annual campaigns over $1.5 million in planned giving assets. So Jerry decided to become a United Way professional to help improve the quality of life for others after experiencing some assistance in his own young life from agencies that taught him lifelong lessons. Jerry not only raises money, but he also gives back. He's a Rotary benefactor, a Bequest Society member, a Foundation major donor, Paul Harris Fellow, Paul Harris Society member, and a Will Watt Fellow. He's married to Lisa Landers Taylor, a retired special education teacher. They have two sons, Christopher, daughter-in-law Ashley, and Brian. His favorite pastimes are outdoor sports, model railroading, I guess we've all guessed, and spending time with his family, including his black lab retriever, Hannah. Jerry is proud to say he began his Rotary career in Racine, Wisconsin in 1996, where Paul Harris, that's his hometown. And he is an alumnus of Minnesota, of the University of Minnesota. One last tidbit, Jerry also spent many years coaching baseball. So if you didn't meet him at United Way or Rotary, maybe you met him at Little League. In any event, if you don't know Jerry, you should, because he is a terrific guy. He is the true embodiment of the four-way test and strives to live it out daily. Please rise with me and greet our district governor from the Classic City Club of Stellar Area 7, Mr. Jerry Taylor.
Love the music. Hello, 6910. I want to welcome everybody tonight. We're so excited that you're here. You're going to hear a lot about leadership. Thank you for your leadership. You wouldn't be here if you weren't leaders. We're having a great year. You'll hear more about that. But I hope this weekend turns out to be one of the better weekends that you've ever had in your life and one of the best weekends for Rotary. And again, we are so glad that you're here. Tonight, it's my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. I first heard him about 2.5 years ago. His talk was amazing. His story was amazing. He's a former Rotaractor. He traveled at a young age, not working, but seeking answers about what is success, what is leadership. And he's going to share that and some of his stories with you tonight. But the way he told his stories and the fact that he was a Rotaractor, it made me listen very, very closely to what he had to say. And I came away saying, that's somebody we need to share with the people that we have here in 6910. Before I formally introduce him, and bring him on, I'd like to share with you a brief video that tells the tale of his extraordinary journey. Let's go.
Aloha. My name is Eric Saperston, and this is my story. I grew up in San Diego, California, and went to San Diego State University. When I graduated, I decided to take a year off, challenged by my mentor to make the trip more meaningful. I set off on a journey based on an old Chinese proverb: to know the road ahead, ask those coming back. I'd call up some of the most powerful people in the world and ask them out for a cup of coffee. I am calling the former president of the United States. So when I told my parents of my plans, they weren't too eager to fund it. So I had to come up with a creative way to keep the dream alive. So any of you folks take road trips, travel across America? Well, maybe you've seen me and not remembered. Because how I funded my trip is I would pull into rest areas with my Coleman stove, and I would sell sexy kind grilled cheese sandwiches made with love for $1. Well, guess what? People actually bought my sandwiches. And not only did they give me money, they also told me where I could go. In a good way. Places to visit, monuments to see, and they even gave me names and numbers of some of the most extraordinary people on the planet that I could call and take out for a cup of coffee. The reason? To find out the values they live by, the struggles they've endured, and what advice and counsel they would give to better prepare ourselves for the road ahead.
Your mind knows only some things. Your inner voice, your instinct knows everything.
I spent almost 4 years traveling across the country in a Volkswagen bus with 3 of my friends. We shot over 500 hours of footage, interviewed over 200 of the most extraordinary people on the planet.
Thank you very much. All right, now get the hell out of here.
John Steinbeck has a great quote. He said, sometimes you take a trip, and sometimes the trip takes you. Well, this trip has taken me well beyond anything I had imagined. And now I find myself in Maui, Hawaii, with one prime directive: to inspire the world to live in wonder.
Yes, he's coming to us live tonight from Maui, Hawaii. You might have seen our upcoming speaker on the Today Show, CNN, or Headline News. Or you may have read about him in the New York Times, National Geographic, or Wall Street Journal. Eric has interviewed thousands of visionaries, pioneers, and champions of industries to understand the common traits that make them successful. You'll hear some of yourself in his lessons, I'm sure, and you'll hear even more that you can learn from and emulate. Now, during Eric's presentations, if you have questions, you can text and write this down, and it should be on the screen, 470-729-7445 for questions for him to answer when he finishes. That's 470-729-7445. Here with us today to share leadership lessons from the world's most extraordinary people, it's my genuine, enthusiastic pleasure to introduce you to our next speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Eric Saperston.
Hey. Yay, thank you so much. I'm reminded of a speaker that got invited to give a talk like this, and he was really nervous and had all his cards and got up to the podium and just the greatest fear for most people is public speaking. He got up there and beads of sweat coming down, and he's working through his cards and he's getting lost, and the whole auditorium was full when he started, and then as he started to fumble through his presentation, more people got up and walked out, and then more people got up and walked out, and by the end of his presentation, he was so flustered. People kept leaving, and then when he was finally done with his talk, he looked up and everyone was gone in the auditorium except one person sitting in the front row. And he grabbed his things, he walked up to that person, and he just said, "Man, well, that was a really rough go. Thank you so much for staying. It means a lot to me." And the guy said, "Oh, I wasn't staying for you. I'm the next speaker." And I'm just so grateful. This is such a unique experience. I'm coming to you live from Maui, Hawaii, to you all in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I'm just so grateful that you all are there and that you'll stay seated for my presentation. I'm super delighted to be here with you all. One of my favorite sayings is, one of my favorite principles is, when you drink the water, remember who dug the well. And I am so grateful for Jerry and Peter and Debbie and Phil for all the love and intention that you folks have put into making this event possible. I'm so grateful for my lovely wife, Sarah. Thank you so much for all that you do to lift me up and to make magic happen in our lives. And I'm grateful for all you all here that are at this incredible event. And I'm excited that you are joining me and jumping on the train as we go on this incredible journey together. The title of my talk is called "What It Takes to Be Extraordinary." That has been my life's work, is to study the common traits of ordinary effort and how that, the difference between ordinary effort and legendary success. When I was a kid, I grew up in a house that my father had a stroke when he was 28 years old. He was the main breadwinner of my family and became paralyzed on the entire left side of his body and would spend his whole life being disabled. And I grew up with a man that was bitter and angry and frustrated, and rightfully so. He lost the joy of his life because he played minor league baseball for the White Sox and was a very successful man, and then just could not recover. And growing up in a house like that, I always had this desire to want to live an extraordinary life, and that's been my calling. In high school, though, I got to be transparent that I was a little lost, and I wasn't living an extraordinary life yet. And when I graduated high school, I graduated in the half that made the top half possible. So I wasn't the stellar student until I got to college. And when I got to college, I realized I wanted to learn. I wanted to grow. I wanted to advance my life. And so I started, instead of sitting in the back of the class, I started sitting in the front of the class and taking notes and learning. And I had become a student body president, a fraternity president, a resident advisor. I worked on the volunteer center. I was a Rotaract member, president of the Rotaract Club in my San Diego State, and I really enjoyed excelling in school. And when it was time to graduate from college, I thought, well, I never planned to really go to college, and all my friends are marching off to get corporate jobs or to go get graduate degrees. And I had this crazy idea that I was going to take a year off and follow the Grateful Dead and work a ski season in Aspen. Of course, my parents said, that's not something we're going to fund. If that's your choice, then okay, go for it. So I had to figure out how to make it happen on my own. Then my mentor in college pulled me into his office and said, "Hey, man, I heard you're going to take a year off and party and play, but I already know that you're good at that. What else can you do on your trip that could provide value, not only to yourself, but to others along the way?" And I'm an avid surfer, so I went out surfing and thinking about what he asked me was, one of the great things about mentors and questions is that a proper question at the right time can change the trajectory of one's life. And he certainly did. So I thought about, how can I help? How can I contribute? What can I do to provide value to my life, to the people that I meet, and to come back from this journey with a contribution? And I read a quote in school that has stuck with me, and that is, to know the road ahead, ask those coming back. And so I thought that I went to my mentor and I said, my plan is when I'm not following the Grateful Dead and working a ski season in Aspen, I'm going to call up some of the most powerful people in the world and take them out for a cup of coffee. I want to study the common traits of what it takes to be extraordinary. I want to go meet people that are waking up excited and going to bed fulfilled and emulate and model their life so that I can do the same. So I set off on this trip, and when you take a journey like I did, you just can't have any vehicle. You got to have the vehicle that encapsulates the essence of the adventure. And for me, that was a Volkswagen camper bus, which in its own right is a really unique vehicle, because one of the things when I bought the vehicle from the guy who sold it to me, he said, Eric, I just want you to know that you're not purchasing a vehicle here. He said, as long as you're behind the wheel of this Volkswagen bus, he said, son, you will never, ever, ever be in a hurry again. I have no idea how true those words would be. Maxed out at 56 miles an hour. But Mahatma Gandhi said there's more to life than increasing its speed, and actor and comedian Lily Tomlin said, for fast acting relief, try slowing down. So I certainly had the vehicle to go slow and enjoy the journey, and I took my golden retriever Jack and we set off across the country. As I mentioned, I didn't have anybody funding my trip, so any of you folks pull into rest areas maybe you've seen me and not remembered, because how I funded my trip is I would pull into a rest area, set up my Coleman stove, and I would sell sexy, kind grilled cheese sandwiches made with love for $1. And people would walk up to me like a dog does when they're confused. They're just like, what are you doing? And I said, well, I graduated from college. I'm setting off on an adventure. I'm going to bridge a gap between young people and elders. I want to study the common traits of what it takes to be extraordinary. How I'm funding my trip is by selling these grilled cheese sandwiches. How many sandwiches would you like? And to my utter joy, people bought my sandwiches, and I was able to fund my journey, and I meandered across the country, and I found myself, I had planned to go to New York. That's where I thought, growing up in San Diego, I thought, man, if I'm going to go meet successful people, extraordinary people, they're going to be in New York. Yet, divine intervention, and I was just guided to Georgia. I went to go see my parents who lived in Florida. Then I ended up driving up and spending the night in Savannah, met some people there. They said, you got to come to Athens. I went to Athens, and the person said, you got to come to Atlanta. So I rolled into Atlanta, parked my bus on Jimmy Carter Boulevard in the Hooters parking lot, and they invited me in for breakfast the next morning, and I went into town, and I knew one thing for certain when I was a Rotary member, and that was that if I wanted to, I could go to any Rotary meeting in the world to get a free lunch. And so I thought, I'm going to go to Atlanta, and I called the office, and they said, you just missed the downtown Rotary, but you can go to the Ansley Park one. And I said, okay, cool. And they gave me the directions. I went there, and I parked my VW bus out front of the fairway there, and in between golfers, I was throwing my frisbee to my dog. He's running and catching it in the air, and then coming back and throwing it again to give him a little exercise. Then I put him in the bus with some water, and then I went into the country club. And while I'm there, I come to the door, which has always been something cool to me. A door is an opening, it's a pathway, it's a portal. It takes me from one place to another, and I walk through that magical door. And as I was in the doorway, a guy said, hey, I saw you playing frisbee with your dog. That was you, right? I go, yeah. He said, hey man, why don't you come sit with me? And then I sat with him, and it turned out his name was Alan Minton. And at that time, he was on the board and the director of the Martin Luther King National Conference on Service with Coretta Scott King in the White House. welcoming in the 500 AmeriCorps volunteers. And as we talked at lunch, he found out that I was a Vista volunteer, that I'd done all these things and what my mission was and what I was doing. And he said, hey, would you like to speak and welcome the 500 AmeriCorps volunteers that are coming? And I said yes. It was a huge honor, and I got a chance to share my story and talk about what we were doing. And I mean, I'm a huge advocate of volunteers, and so I got a chance to share a bunch of stories around that. And then my journey kind of started there. All of a sudden, to my left, the other speaker for that night was Congressman John Lewis. And so he spoke as well, and then I got a chance, of course, to meet him in the green room and talk to him. I said, hey, I'm doing this thing, and I'm interviewing extraordinary people, and guess what? You qualify. Can I take you out for a cup of coffee? And he said yes, and we went and had a delightful discussion. And one of the lessons that he shared with me that I have never forgotten, he said, Eric, and this is like I'm studying again the common traits of extraordinary people, and he said, all right, well, one of the things about extraordinary people is that if you pray, move your feet. If you pray, move your feet. That what separates ordinary effort from legendary success is action. And so many of us are stopped by so many things, what other people will think, whether I don't have all the resources, I'm not sure if I'm smart enough, whatever it is, and then we don't even try, we don't even go for it. And so he was saying, look, if you pray, if you want something, if you feel compelled, you got to move your feet, and I believe that wholeheartedly. And so that gave me great energy to keep going on my journey. Also, in the audience that night, I found out that one of the board members of the MLK Foundation was the director of the FBI, Bill Sessions. I had spent most of my life trying not to be known by the FBI, but in this case, I thought I would walk up and introduce myself. And so I said, Mr. Sessions, my name's Eric, and I told him my story, and I said, I'd like to take you out for a cup of coffee and interview. And he said, I'm leaving right after this event on a plane. I'm going back to Texas. If you ever make it to Texas, come visit me and we'll do an interview. So my journey, I finally was working my way across the country again. I called up Bill Sessions, and he and I went out for a cup of coffee, and I asked him, what do you think is the greatest contribution that you can make to me and my generation and others for a successful road ahead? And he said, I think what's most important in life is to turn your headlights up full, to risk, to see what's out there. He said in children's literature, we call it an expedition. He said Winnie the Pooh was on an expedition, and expeditions are constantly revealing new things. And I just thought to myself, did the director of the FBI just quote Winnie the Pooh? And he did. And I thought that was so great, because expeditions into life are constantly revealing new things. I'm on a journey, you're on a journey, we are all on a journey. And the question that is, what is the way we describe our journey? Do we call it a grind? Do we call it a struggle? Is it a hardship, or is it a joy? Is it an adventure? One of the commonalities of all these extraordinary people that I've met is that the people who wake up excited and go to bed fulfilled and make massive contributions to the world are people who live in wonder. They're not cynical, and they're not jaded, and they're not know-it-alls. I've met some of the most powerful leaders and visionaries and pioneers in the world, and they're just inner 10-year-olds are screaming. They're so alive and curious and playful and willing to experiment. And I want that for everyone. I want us all to tap into our sense of childlike curiosity and wonder. That is the way to make the journey come alive. So I got a chance to meet Bill Sessions, and at the end of that conversation, I was a little shy, because I thought, the director of the FBI, and I thought, man, do you have any friends? And it turns out that he did, and he's a Republican. And then he said, man, one of my dear friends is a Democrat, which, I wonder if that time and era is past, where we're friends with people across the aisle. But he was, and he said, I want you to go meet my friend, Governor Ann Richards, which was so fun. She's so sassy. And I just want you to envision, just to give you a sense of my life, I'm living in my Volkswagen bus. I've now recruited a few other people to hold the camera and hold what we call the boom pole. But really, we had the camera, a book on how to use the camera because we were figuring out how to do it. And then boom pole, when I say that, I mean that's a little lofty. We couldn't afford a boom pole. So our thing that we used to capture sound, we went and bought a $12.95 light bulb changer, a roll of duct tape, and a $50 microphone. And that was our boom pole. And I just want you to we're going to go visit Governor Ann Richards, and it's press day. There's CNN, there's ABC News, and then the bus people are here. And then we roll in with all of our little made-up equipment. But one of the other guiding principles in my life is by Eleanor Roosevelt, who said, do what you can with what you have where you are. And that's another thing that prevents many people from living extraordinary lives, is that they want to wait for all the resources to come before they go make the risk or go follow the dream. And for me, I always knew that resources would come in motion if I just did what I could with what I have where I was at. The people would recognize that and elevate us, and it certainly happened for us. We were able to go in and meet Governor Richards, and I thought, how do I make this fun? And so the night before, I thought, I'm going to play a game of checkers with her while we're doing the interview. I don't know, what just kind of popped in my head. So we brought a checkerboard, and we're playing checkers, and I'm talking to her. And I said, hey, what advice would you give to other people to live an extraordinary life? And she said, this business of introspection. Who am I? What am I all about? We're only going to be on this earth for a limited time, and how am I going to live it? That's what matters. And that question has really been important to me. How are we going to live our lives? To me, life is a gift. It's a gift, and I have no idea when my ticket is going to get called. And so it is imperative that I live my life where I'm waking up excited and going to bed fulfilled and making choices that are in alignment with that. I hope that all you all are doing the same. I hope that you are waking up excited. And for those folks that are waking up excited and going to bed fulfilled right now, wonderful. And if you're not, what are you waiting for? So I got a chance to talk to Governor Richards, and at the end of that conversation, I, of course, followed my theme and said, do you have any friends? And she said, are you going to California? And I said, I am. And she said, that's great. I've got a dear friend of mine, I think, who would love to meet you. I think you would just hit it off. He's really smart. I want to introduce you to Henry Winkler. I said, excuse me? She said, I want to introduce you to Henry Winkler. I said, the Fonz? Yeah, okay, this is fantastic. And so we meandered across the country, made it to Disney. So from starting really in San Diego, bouncing to Atlanta, all the way through all these people, I had no idea. One of the great lines is that I wrote on is that sometimes you take a trip, and sometimes the trip takes you. This trip has taken me well beyond I even imagined. I'm being divinely guided by all these people, and now I get a chance to go meet Henry Winkler, who is just an extraordinary human being. I mean, for those folks that remember him in Happy Days, he was one of the most iconic, biggest celebrities in the world. He's continued to write best-selling children's books, direct movies, direct TV shows. Now he just won an Emmy. We just had breakfast with him. And he won an Emmy for being in yet another hit TV series, Barry on HBO. So he has continued to be a prolific contributor. And so I got a chance to ask him what advice you would give. And what he said still stays true to me and every day that I count on his message. And that is that our mind knows only some things. Our instincts, our inner voice knows everything. And if we trust to follow instinctively what we know to be true, it will always lead us down the right path. I believe that wholeheartedly. I think that in this world we've gotten so fast and we've got so many distractions, it is so hard for us to listen to our own inner knowing. So I invite you all to take time to take a walk, to take a bath, to just be quiet and listen to what is calling you inside and trust that, because if you trust your own inner knowing, it will always lead you down the right path. At the end of my meeting with Henry Winkler, I said, hey, do you have any friends? And he said, you know what, I want to introduce you to Billy Crystal. I think he would love it. I think he would love you. We ended up creating an opportunity for us to meet comedian Billy Crystal, who is funny and smart and kind and so many great things. And I said to him, Mr. Crystal, and he goes, oh my gosh, Mr. Crystal, Billy. And then I said, well, do you have any advice? And he said, you know what I have come to realize is that one of the greatest things that's really challenging society and people is that it's the recognition that he goes, to you, Eric, you're powerful. It's the recognition that I'm saying to all of you here in the audience. And Billy's saying that we as human beings are all very powerful. And we start to lose that power when we give it away to others. And that's what he said. He said, don't give your power away to anybody else, any situation, anything. Because once we give our power away to something else, then we're done. And I believe that to be true as well. Right now, society is pretty crazy. We just went through a pandemic. We've got the news. We've got the political things going on. We've got environmental disasters. That there's so many things that can easily make me get out of my power and start blaming other people and other situations. And as soon as I get into blaming, then I lose everything. And that we want to remain our sovereign beings, our own equanimity, and to hold. And one of the ways that I know that by studying all these common traits of extraordinary people is that it's easy as a society to become rudderless. Most people that I meet in the world are rudderless. They've got designer boats. They've got beautiful sails and the best technology and stereos and wave things that you can surf behind, and it's super awesome. Yet a boat without a rudder drifts. A boat without a rudder is at the element, and we as humans want to get really clear about our rudders. America has a constitution that we rely on to come back to. I want to know, what's your constitution? What is your rudder? What are your guiding principles? What are your definitions? What are your commitments? What are your values? If you haven't thought about that in a while, it's time to reevaluate that and deepen that rudder, because the waves are going to get tumultuous. And what enables us to be the captain of our own vessel is to be able to be clear about our rudder and sail our boat wherever we want to go. So to never give our power away to anything else and to maintain our own equanimity and our own sovereignty. Billy Crystal produced an amazing gift to me. At the end of that, we're on this journey again, and Billy Crystal and Henry Winkler get together. They talk, and they think, hey, this journey that you're taking, you're doing something really extraordinary, and we think it's a movie. And all of a sudden, they elevated our whole game and brought us to Disney and to ICM and to all these people. And before we knew it, we were in the studio and had a development deal with Disney. And we took our 500 hours of footage and interviews with 200 of the most extraordinary people on the planet. And we created a 90-minute film. And that film world premiered at South by Southwest in Austin in Texas. It won. It launched us. It put us on the Today Show and New York Times and Wall Street Journal and Fast Company magazine. And I was being flown out to speak at Nike and at Coke and at General Mills and internationally. And so I've had the privilege now of speaking all over the world, coaching executives. We've written 2 best-selling books. We've created a global apparel line. Now we have we're part of an organic farm here in Maui. It's really been a fun ride. And my commitment, my vision is to help executives become better leaders, more effective communicators, and live extraordinary lives. One of the things that I want to share with you as we come to a close here, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity, I just want to share with you something that has been deep in my heart as of late, and I've been thinking about, studying the common traits of all these exceptional people. And the thing that I believe, and I just did an interview yesterday, I just interviewed Horst Schulze, who was the president and CEO of the Ritz-Carlton and is a legend in the hospitality and service industry, echoed by him and by so many people that I get to have the privilege to talk to. When I think about the greatest challenge stopping people from living extraordinary lives, is that we've become a society that has become so committed to greed, selfishness, and entitlement. And that is ripping the very fabric of our society apart. And my last request to everyone here in the room if you want to fundamentally change every relationship you have, you want to change your life, you want to change your relationships romantically, you want to change your relationships with business, is that I invite you to ask yourself one question. How can I help? One of my friends here on the farm talks about doing the math. Are we consuming more than we're contributing? Society works when we are giving. We all rise by lifting others. I know you all are a part of a service organization, so I applaud you already for being people who are willing to be of service, and I'm going to invite you to even do it more. I'm going to invite you to think about how you can give more and more and more. Those are the people we admire. Those are the people that we revere. Those are the people that we respect, are people who are willing to see a problem and fill it. They're willing to look for how they can always make every situation better. Even with my lady, how can I be a better husband? How can I be a better partner? How can I contribute? How can I make this better? Sarah, my partner, is my teacher in this. She goes everywhere, and is always, wherever we go, she's like, how can I help? How can I help? How can I help? And if she doesn't even ask, and she goes to someone's house and sees dishes that are dirty, she doesn't even ask. She's just over there washing dishes. And one of the things about Sarah is that everyone loves Sarah, and everybody wants to invite Sarah back. And she is a rising tide that lifts all boats. And it's because she's a contributor. Which reminds me, because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, I get to go visit Sarah's mom, who has a farm in West Virginia. And on her refrigerator there's a magnet that says, "No man was ever shot while doing the dishes." Which is very true. So it's all about contribution. How can we give? How can we make the situation better? How can we improve where we are? That is the magic sauce. I want to help all of us build a movement around generosity and helpfulness. That is what will help our species thrive. That being said, I want to share this last moment, and that is that from my own inner knowing, and I would say from your own inner knowing, trusting your own instincts, trusting my instincts, and also proven and backed by neuroscience, that the quickest way to reduce struggle, anxiety, and fear, and increase joy and fulfillment is to help others. Thank you all so much. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Eric, that was great. Debbie here. I'm going to give a moment for Phil to get to stage. As you can see, we have a pretty packed room. And during your presentation, I can't tell you how many accolades and text messages of questions came in. It was hard to comb through all these. But while Phil's getting to stage, I'll go ahead and field the first question to you. Rotary as a whole is currently promoting a membership drive of more youthful members. While we talk the talk, we don't always walk the walk. What advice do you have to instill a change in mindset that turns into action?
Specifically around enrolling younger people to come to Rotary?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that go be where they are. Make it a point to go hang out where young people are and be with them and listen to them and to talk with them and to find out what matters to them and to think about how you can serve, how you can be helpful to them. And by finding that out, that'll create a clear pathway for them to want to participate, because you'll be able to hear their needs and then be able to express those to them. Then they'll find a pathway to understand why this is important. And it is. It's incredibly important what you all do. So many young people are living behind screens and using the digital way to connect. And this is such an important way to build relationships, real relationships over time. And so I encourage you to do that. And it's also the very thing that you all need to do. Otherwise, this institution will end up shriveling on the vine. So you got to go rejuvenate. And so, yeah, go hang out with them, go be with them, listen to them, and then after you've heard what they're up to and what their vision is and what they want to go, then be able to then articulate back to them how this organization will help them fulfill on their needs.
All right, Eric. Good answer so far. So first of all, I'm going to stop using the automatic dishwasher from this point forward. That's a given. All right, on a more lighter note, what was your favorite road snack when you were out on the road?
Oh, my gosh. My favorite road snack on the road was a latte and a bowl of mac and cheese.
Okay.
So nasty.
All right. The next question. As leaders, how do we inspire action and change? How do we inspire action and change?
The way you inspire action and change is to be the kind of leader we want to follow. That's how we do it. It's all about integrity. It's all about having a clear vision. It's about being in alignment with our morals and our values. It's about showing up day in and day out, being who you say you are, and doing that would help inspire people to follow and to shift.
All right, great. And the last question I have for you, Eric, is how would you define the, quote, new normal after COVID for businesses?
How would I define the new normal after COVID? I don't know that I have an answer to how I would define the new normal. For me, my life has just always been an adventure. And so there isn't anything that's normal about my life. My life is always just changing and evolving. I live on a 180-acre farm, and the one thing about living on a farm is that the only constant is change. And so when I was giving speeches in front of major audiences like you all here now, and I would be doing that on a consistent basis. And then when the pandemic happens, like, oh my gosh, everything I had planned is now done. And then what am I going to do? And instead of being worried about it, I just did exactly what Henry did. I just got quiet. I listened. I trust my instincts, and then I followed the pivot, which was, I can get on Zoom. I can be in the most remote part of the world, in the most remote part of that most remote part of this island, and then I can go give a talk to Chattanooga, Tennessee today. And wow, that's pretty awesome. And so I'm so grateful for technology. I'm now coaching executives from 3 countries, helping them become better leaders and more effective communicators and live extraordinary lives. I get to do it right from my home. And then I'm also still flying. Sir Richard Branson just invited us to go give a talk with him on his private island in the British Virgin Islands next month. And so we're still cruising. And for me, it's about, I think I said I'm an avid surfer, and I think all of us are surfing, whether you're in the ocean or not. And we're all riding a wave. And then the question is, can you get up on the lip of that wave and keep riding it no matter where it goes? And I think that's what extraordinary leaders and visionaries and champions of industry do, is that they're not stuck on change being a problem. They're just willing to be in the moment and excel at whatever comes.
Wonderful. Well, I'll tell you, Eric, you don't have to tell me about technology. I can't believe this stuff is working. You're in Hawaii and we're in Chattanooga, right? I'll tell you, everybody, I had the pleasure. Yeah. I tell you, everybody, I had the pleasure of hearing Eric speak, a good couple of years ago now, at the Laws of Life luncheon. And when I learned he would be here today as our keynote speaker, I really couldn't pass the opportunity up to do the speaker response. He's so inspirational to me then and again tonight. From hearing his words of wisdom. Eric is known for his epic journey. He believes everyone can live an extraordinary life, as you've heard him say, and challenges us to compete or change our mindsets. At the time I heard Eric speak, I was about 400 pounds, picture a size 50, 56, 58 waist. Took a step back and I asked myself, how can I live an extraordinary life? I embraced what Eric encourages others to live every day. I'm now half my size, maybe a little less. Tomorrow morning, I'm leading a Rotary 5K, which you'll hear more about, competing for my first 50K, 32-mile race in July. things I would never have dreamed that I could do only a few years ago. I've been on my own journey to a path of healthy living, changing my mindset about food and exercise, what is allowing me to take a physical journey, just like Eric, except maybe the grilled cheese part, because that's not very compatible anymore. And $1 back then might be $100 today for a sandwich. And exploring the U.S. in my RV and live in wonder each day. Eric, thank you for your time you shared with us tonight. It is always a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for transforming your life, and what an amazing journey you've been on. I'm so honored to share mine. I wish everyone just go forth and do great things, wake up excited, go to bed fulfilled, and live an extraordinary life. And if there's anything I can do to ever help anyone in the room, please call on me. I would be honored.
Great. Thank you again, Eric. And next up on the stage, we have my good friend, Jeremy Echuk. So Jeremy's on his way up. There he is.
When they asked me to speak, they didn't say when I would speak. They didn't tell me, and I didn't look, that I would be speaking right after the keynote speaker. So thank you very much for whoever put me here in front of you tonight. I'll be brief. I want to tell you a little bit about a relatively newer program for our Rotary District, and that is Early Act, which we implemented a couple years ago. And Early Act is the Rotary equivalent for elementary school kids. So it's a great opportunity for us to really start working with the younger generations and start to build and, maybe a little brainwash going on there, but just let them know how wonderful Rotary is and how impactful it can be. So we have a little video we'd like to show you from one of our Early Act clubs.
What does it mean to be an Early Act? To me, being an Early Act means that you're a part of a large community that supports people in need of help. First projects we did was January, where we collected genes.
We collected genes until we were blue in the face. We are eager to celebrate January every year and to give back to those in need.
It was very successful, and a lot of lives and women were changed.
What a genius idea. Our Fairview Feathers project basically consisted of placing birdhouses and bird feeders on our grounds. The Project Peace Poles international project consisted of constructing peace poles to remind students that amidst all of the turmoil, that peace prevails. Both birdhouses and feeders, along with peace poles, were to be placed outside. We had many people get involved in our nest. Isn't that what it's all about? The common good, believing that when we all come together, something beautiful happens. These peace poles and birdhouse feeders symbolize more than just a representation of peace and sheltering our feathery friends. It's a symbol of unity.
Being an Early Act means to take an initiative at an early age and pursue your time as a student in Fairview Element. But it meant something different to me.
Appreciation, acceptance, surprises, collaboration.
It meant being a part of something bigger than I'd ever been.
With hopes of passing along your love and your legacy to those behind you, beside you, and between you. To those all around you.
Next up will be the District Service Award. Please help us welcome back to the stage District Governor Jerry Taylor.
One of the things we do at District Conference is recognize individual achievements. It's a real pleasure of mine to give out a District Service Award this evening. A couple of years ago, I watched this individual. It's back during COVID. It was on Zoom when I was trying to connect with a number of different clubs to get to know our district a little better. This individual was the president of their club up in Northeast Georgia. His efforts, along with the club, saved most all of the local businesses with the efforts from his leadership. Also, almost a couple years ago, a brand new dental clinic was started in Clayton, Georgia. It's been a phenomenal success. The number of people served, the dollars raised for funding, the volunteer times for service has been phenomenal. About a year and a half ago, I asked this individual if he would lead our district as our district service chair. And it was because of his leadership efforts, and he said yes. This year has been a phenomenal service year in District 6910. We've done a tremendous amount for Ukraine. He has recruited and led an outstanding service team. And we continue to do good not only in our district, in our communities, but in the world. So tonight, I'm excited about honoring our District Service Chair, Tim Ranney, with the District Service Award. Congratulations. Well deserved. And now, it's my honor to introduce some other champions in our district. There are membership champions. Scott Yoakum and Pepper Pettit. Again, it was probably well over a year and a half ago. They've been Rotary heroes in our district. They've been Rotary heroes in the zone. They've been Rotary heroes in Rotary International. I met them in Gainesville at a restaurant for lunch, and I said, would you continue to be our membership chairs? They said yes. And all the way home, I was just pumping my fists and said, thank you, Lord. They're tremendous. They have some awards tonight to hand out. Again, recognition for individual awards, club awards. That's what we're all about. So without further ado, I would like to introduce district membership co-chairs Scott Yoakum and Pepper Pettit.
Pepper, what do you think this is, Christmas?
Well, I don't know, Scott. I mean, we kind of had the Christmas season all year under Jerry's tutelage because, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, we had so many Rotarians in this district literally give the gift of Rotary to so many new Rotarians. And it's just unbelievable what happened this year. And it's just...
Absolutely, Pepper. You know, as Eric talked in his talk, the most valuable thing you can give to somebody is a gift, and the gift of giving Rotary to a new member is a gift that truly keeps on giving.
Without a doubt, Scott. I will tell you, it is remarkable what's happened this year, and it's because of Jerry. He's our leader, and he really pushed membership growth. Do you realize that District 6910 is number one in North America?
Say that again, Pepper.
Think about it. Number one in North America. And Jerry, you had a whole lot to do with that. You really did. But I'll tell you something else. We are so close to being number one in the world, it's really close.
Say that one more time, Pepper.
We are so close to being number one in the world, everybody in this room needs to be really proud of what District 6910 did this year, and we still have some time to go. But I will tell you, they need to be really proud. Every member of Rotary in 6910 needs to be really proud. And, of course, all the clubs need to be really proud.
Pepper, what's been the number one internal drive for Rotary initiative for the last 3 years running? Number one.
Membership and membership growth.
What happens if we get more members, Pepper?
We can do more things. We can raise more money. And all of a sudden, we become more vibrant as clubs, more vibrant as a district, more vibrant in North America, more vibrant throughout the world.
Absolutely, Pepper. Let's get on to the awards. And thanks
Without
to
a
all
doubt.
of you and all the clubs and all of you. If you sponsor a new person, that you raise your hand. Let's see. Congratulations. Thank you. Keep up the great work.
That's awesome.
So, on to the awards. As we call your club's name, a representative from your club could come up and accept the award from our district governor. That would be fantastic. We're going to go with gold, silver, and bronze, small, medium, large, and extra large. The gold club in the small category. Congratulations, the Rotary Club of Big Canoe.
All right.
Canoe.
Tremendous job.
There's a new club this year, and I think you guys are up to 43, 44 members now.
Big Canoe is a brand new club. It's awesome.
Congratulations. Great job. The silver award in the small club category goes to the Rotary Club of Gilmer County. Congratulations, Gilmer County. Come on down. Anybody here from Gilmer County?
Anybody here from Gilmer County? That'll go in my library.
And the bronze in the small category, the Rotary Club of Helen. Represented from Rotary Club of Helen. Come on down. Anybody here from Helen? Are you Gilmer County's coming on down? Anybody here from Helen? No, here he's coming. Gilmer County's coming. No, Helen's not here. No, that's Gilmer County right there, Pepper. Now we go to the medium club. Gold membership. The Rotary Club of Dahlonega Sunrise. Congratulations, Dahlonega Sunrise. Great job.
Awesome job. Fantastic.
Silver in the medium club category. Rotary Club of Sugarloaf. Sugarloaf, come on down. Sugarloaf here.
Awesome job. Rotary Club of Sugarloaf.
And finally, in the medium category, bronze membership award goes to the Rotary Club of Winder. There's Winder here. Moving along. Gold membership in the large club category. The Rotary Club of Clayton.
Fantastic job.
Good job. You guys are doing
Fantastic
a great job.
The Rotary Club of Clayton was number one as far as growth in the entire zone as far as large clubs.
Congratulations. Silver membership in the large club category. The Rotary Club of Dawson County.
All right.
Pepper, the fix was in. Did you fix that?
No, I promised I did fix the
Come on
numbers.
down, Nicole. Congratulations.
I was checked, double checked, and triple checked.
Rotary Dawson County. And the bronze category in the large club is Rotary Club of Thompson. I know you're right now. Rotary Club. Is anybody from Thompson here? Thompson, come on down, Thompson. Congratulations. And moving to the extra large category. Gold. Membership award goes to Rotary Club of Athens. Athens in the extra large category, gold. Anybody here from Athens Club? Athens going once. Oh, come on down. All
Come on
right.
down.
Come on down, Cheryl. Congratulations. Thank you. Watch your step. Come on over. The silver, right here. Cheryl's over here. We're going to take pictures later. The silver membership award for extra large clubs goes to the Rotary Club of Gainesville. Gainesville, congratulations.
Awesome.
Great job. Come on down. And the bronze membership award in the extra large category goes to the Rotary Club of Habersham. Habersham.
Right.
They've
Fantastic
just moved to
job.
the extra large category here in the last couple of years. So congratulations, Habersham.
I think they're coming right now, Scott. Those clubs did a phenomenal job and allowed us to pull the numbers that we pulled as far as an increase in membership net. But we got a special award that...
Not yet, Pepper.
Not yet?
One
Okay.
other thing I want to cover.
I'm trying to rush it, Brandy.
We're not out of time yet. We don't want to go to Rotary Joe, but we're
okay.
not out of time yet.
You got it.
Folks, the awards we just handed out are through April. But guess what? They don't hand out the Super Bowl trophy after the third quarter, do they? The Falcons would have won one if that was the case. But guess what? We have 3 more months to go. We have April, May, and June. If we truly want to finish number 1 in the zone, number 1 in the world, we have to finish strong these last 3 months. And here's Pepper and I's challenge to all the clubs and all you folks that are here this evening. If every club, how many clubs do we have in the district now? 71. 71. So if every club in the district makes a commitment to say, we're going to bring in just 1 more member, not 5, just 1 more member between now and June 30th. Pepper, what would that be? How many new people would that be, Pepper?
That'd be 71 new people, and you want to know
Amazing,
something?
isn't it? You're amazing. How did you know that, Pepper?
Well, I practiced. No, if you think about it, with 71 new members before July 1, I think we'd either scare half to death or be number 1 in the world.
Say that one more time, Pepper. Is that possible?
We could be number 1 in the world.
Little 6910, number 1 in the world? Is that possible? What does everybody think? Should we take the challenge and do it? 1 more person for each club? Dawson County, are you in, Nicole? Clayton, are you guys in back there? 1 more person? Let's go. Let's go get this. Let's be number 1 in the world. And now, Pepper.
Okay. We have a special award tonight. Now, this will probably be presented by Rotary International at the next major function, probably at the district conference next year. But he achieved it this year. And it is a special award. It's an award for sponsoring new members. And this gentleman did more than anybody's ever done in this district. Way more. And he is going to receive a very special award. And Scott, you can talk about that award for just a minute.
Absolutely. Rotary International has put some levels together with membership achievements for individuals. It goes platinum, gold, silver, and bronze. This individual that's in District 6910 is the first person to achieve this standard or this level of new memberships, bringing them into Rotary through his Rotary career.
How many members,
This
Scott?
individual's brought in 27 new members over his Rotary career.
He sponsored them. An amazing job.
And boy, if we scratch our heads. An amazing statistic we always hear in Rotary that befuddles us, and Pepper always and I scratch our heads. Only 10% of all Rotarians ever bring a new person into Rotary. We need to start sharing this gift that Eric was talking about in his presentation, sharing the gift of Rotary to other people. This individual has shared the gift of Rotary with 27 different new people and shared the gift of Rotary with them. That truly is a gift that keeps on giving. Without further ado, Pepper, do you want to introduce this individual?
Peter Gleishman, come on up here.
Peter.
A sensational job.
Not 1 new member, not 2 new members, not 5, not 10, not 20, but how many, Pepper?
27.
27.
Hey, Peter.
Phenomenal feat.
Peter, you got a certificate, but Scott and I personally want to give you something. This is a Star Rotary pin for membership. It means that you are, without a doubt, a sponsor star. And you are. You are star of District 6910.
Congratulations, Peter.
Congratulations to Peter.
Thank you, Rotary District 6910. It's been Pepper and I's honor to come around and meet all you folks and come to your clubs. We're still available to come to your clubs for the last couple months of the year. Just contact us and we'll come out and talk to your club about how you can get new members and how you too can sponsor 27 new members like Peter just did. Thank you, everybody. Keep up the great work.
Thank you all.
All right. Hello again, everybody. Hello. Is everybody having a good time tonight? And this is only just the beginning. How about that? What a talk from Eric. And man, these awards and our membership, Jerry, unbelievable. It's a great start, right? But we're still not done yet, even with this session, right?
Going over here.
You're heading over there? Oh, okay. There we go. All right. Well, one of the exciting things that we always get to do when we come together at district conference is to do this celebrating the great things that are happening and to celebrate different clubs and the work that they've done throughout the year. So we're going to be doing that at each of our general sessions here at the conference. And we want to get the next round started right now.
Yes, absolutely. So please join us in welcoming Cindy Haddon of the Oconee County Rotary Club and District Governor Jerry Taylor of the Classic City of Athens Rotary Club to announce this year's Bronze Club Awards. Cindy, Jerry.
It's just cruel to make me go behind Scott and Pepper, isn't it? Right? Nobody can be as funny as Scott and Pepper. But I will say to you, it has been a pleasure to serve again as your awards chair this year. It's been an honor to work for my friend, very good friend, District Governor Jerry Taylor. He has been quite a mentor guiding me through this process, and I so appreciate all his efforts. I also want to say how much that I appreciate the ladies in the office, Trish and Judy, who have worked hard. Debbie Saccone, who's been in the background. So there are so many. We've got Mark Valentine, who jumps right in on any of the certificates. So it really does take a village to get you these awards. I want to thank you first and foremost because to me, all of you are winners. You all give of your time. You give of your resources. You go above and beyond without any thought for your own self, always thinking about others. And you're all winners to me. We will talk tonight about the people that met the minimum to be bronze. We had 40 submissions this year, which I think is great, out of 71 clubs. And the next one we're going to talk about is bronze. I need to give you a few housekeeping tips. I guess for the sake of time, too, we're going to call the club names out if you'll remain seated. After this session is closed, you'll need to step outside the door, the presence from these clubs, and District Governor Jerry will present you with your certificate out at the step and repeat, and you'll have an opportunity to make that photo with him. But again, I just want to tell you how much I thank you and am proud of you. And let's begin with the clubs. The first bronze club would be Columbia County. Next bronze club, Forsyth County. Next club is the Rotary Club of Gilmer County. Next, Rotary Club of Gwinnett Sunrise. Next, Rotary Club of Rome. Next, Rotary Club of Toccoa. And finally, Rotary Club of Washington. Everybody give them a big hand. They did a great job. Thank you so much.
We've got another special award tonight, and we're just getting started for this weekend. But it's a biggie. One of the things you'll hear me talk about several times this weekend about what a fantastic team we've had, and I've been very blessed. If we haven't had the best team of leadership and committee chairs and AGs and board members and on and on and on, committee members, trainers, we're right up there at the top. And tonight, I want to honor, in my mind, you could all be assistant governors of the year. But what it came down to was somebody that stepped up a little bit more than the others. This individual made a phenomenal growth as an assistant governor in their second year as assistant governor. Assistant governor term is for 3 years. Big move forward. They were organized. They were motivational. They got their clubs in their area working together tremendously. That's biggie. They were Johnny on the spot to problem solve. If you know anything about district governor visits, those assistant governors are there to help us assist the district governor during those visits. I'm pleased to announce tonight our assistant governor of the year is Ron Tolan. Great job, Ron. Come on forward.
We know that we do this every year. Don't say this is different. But the key is, what's going to make a difference? It's you all. The biggest thing was the Sunday down in Chattanooga. I think one of our best year was the district governor visiting. Way up. All right.
We'll get it.
All right. But the opportunity to get the clubs together was an opportunity where we had the opportunity. So once a year, the district governor comes out and makes his or her visit. And so the key, we wanted to do something different. One of the things we do differently is that we have a reception in the evening for the district governor, along with the visit to the clubs. And this is one of the first time we actually had all 4 of our clubs, which is in our district, and we have in our area, which is Area 9, we had close to about 95 to 100 members actually showed, with including spouses as well, for the reception for the district governor. And it's one of the times where this is one of the times most of the clubs was able to get together. So we had an opportunity to do something different, and we wanted to make a difference. And so it made it a little bit easier with the president. I don't know whether our presidents are here tonight. I only see one of them. If you will stand up for the Martinez Evans Club. He's one of the presidents. But to have this award bestowed upon me is just unbelievable. And to be upon all of the Rotarians, it's awesome. It feels good. And the key is that we know that each and every one of us can make a difference. So the key is, what do you do when you leave here? How are you going to make a difference going forward? What do you want your club to look like? And what do you want to do different? We're here for guest speakers talk about it, but it's up to you to truly make a difference. So with that, I say thank you all. And then, what are you going to do different when you get back to your clubs? Thank you.
And now, please welcome the dynamic duo, Phil and Debbie Saccone of the Carpe Diem Rotary Club, to tell us all about the 5K run and 1 mile fun walk.
Little housekeeping first. Had to shut one of the mics off. We never leave, baby. and wait for my other half to get up there. Who is ready to move and stop sitting? Who signed up for the 5K 1 mile walk? Who didn't sign up is going to get up early and come with us anyhow? Yes! So, one little thing. Would you hold the other side? Something you might not know about the t-shirt, if you signed up early enough and were lucky enough to get one of these coveted t-shirts, the design on the back was an inspiration from a friend we made in Rotary, Evan Burrell. If you're not familiar with Evan Burrell, he is a Rotary celebrity. He is known as Rotary Superhero Changemaker from Sydney, Australia, and he goes around, he does motivational speaking. If you don't know him, look him up. He is awesome. And it was also tweaked a little bit by our own Amanda Groover, so thank you for doing that for us. So how many of you are doing the 5K? How many of, awesome. And how many of you are doing the 1 mile walk? Okay, that's great. So what we're going to do tonight is give you a little bit of background information about what the path is going to be. Phil's going to talk to you about the 5K because he's way faster than me. He runs like an 8-minute mile. I do about an 18-minute mile. But hey, we're moving, right? We don't want to sit all day. So Phil's going to go over the path so that you're familiar with it and about some trip hazards and things to watch out for. Phil, do you want to talk about that?
Absolutely. I just have to make sure I talk into the microphone, not the pointer. All right. So there's Evan. We talked about that. So this is where we're starting tomorrow morning at 6:30. This is right outside the doors here. If you guys see the photo, it's literally right over here. So when I see everybody there in this room, this whole room there, there's no excuse for not walking. Maybe you can't run, but you could certainly walk. We are going to leave promptly at 6:30. Keyword prompt. So if you want to do photos, photo ops, get there at 6:20. The reason why is we have to be able to get back into this room tomorrow for another fun session. And if we start late, we're going to end late because you can only go so fast, right? This is going to be a really, really fun 5K. It's not a race. You're not getting a medal at the end. You are getting a shirt, but you're not getting a medal at the end. We're going to go along the river and see a lot of cool things in downtown Chattanooga. So we're going to come outside right here, and what we're going to do is run this route that you see on the screen. So we're actually going to go over 2 bridges. So we're going to call it the 2-Bridge 5K. That's our new name for it right now. We're going to go down Chestnut, and we're going to come back up over the Walnut Street pedestrian bridge. And when we're down there, we're going to be greeted by Peter and Jerry for some bananas and some water at mile 1.7 on the route. So real easy route coming through. Now, we got to be safe. And yeah, that was me this morning, only a much bigger version of that. So we're going to cross a lot of crosswalks. We got to be careful. We are downtown. Pedestrians have the right of way. Unless you do something stupid, then that Mack truck has the right of way. A lot of trip hazards on the road. Make sure you be careful. Now we're going to run along the river. This is going to be a very scenic tour. You're going to run right down this walkway. So if you have a camera, it's a 5K, but you're not setting a time record. Take some photos. The rain is going to be over tomorrow morning. It ends at 3 a.m. finally. So we'll be good to go. So you're going to come along the river. There are some steps, so be aware that there's a ramp going down because I'm taking you down by the river, so we have to go down and then have to come back up again, but it's all for the scenery. So you're going to go up the steps that you see in the second photo on the screen from the left. After you come back up the steps, we're going to come over. We're going to see Peter and Jerry where you see the yellow star for you can haggle them a little bit that they're not running and walking. They use the excuse of, I have to give bananas out. So see how that goes. And then you're going to keep moving on up. We're going to go up the pedestrian bridge right here. This is where we're going to meet them. Go over that bridge right there. We've got to be careful on this bridge. And the reason why we have to be careful, as you see in the right photo, there are a lot of hazards on this pedestrian bridge. Great thing is there are no cars. You can do whatever you want. Lots of photos on this. But as you see, that is a photo I really took running the 5K on the bridge. We've got to be very, very careful. So we're going to run over that bridge. We're going to come back up Market Street and hurry back here, and we're back. So after that, now we have the 1 mile. So if the 5K is a little bit too much for you, you have options. Now I said 1 mile, but last year when we did this, a lot of people said, 1 mile, I got this, let's keep on going. So if the water sounds like something you want to check out, 1
we have a 1.6-mile option for you. You're also going to head out of the hotel straight, get to 423, Taco, Mexican, whatever it is, it says 423. You're going to make a left, you're going to go up, head to the water just like that, but we are not going to do steps. We're going to look at the pretty boat, and then we're going to hit Power Alley, come back, and then we're going to go over Aquarium Way. Now, we can come back Broad Street and head right back, but if we want to look really cool and blend in with the runners and then maybe run the last couple feet and say, oh yeah, we did the 5K, we can come up Market Street with them and be on the same path and come back, yeah, we did the 5K. And we'll be on the same path as the runners on the way back. Next one. But, all right, the water looks cool. I'll take a ride and Uber later. We'll check that out. I just got time for 1 mile because I got to shower and get dressed. We've got the 1 mile. We'll pretty much do the same path, but we'll only go to 3rd Street and turn around and come right back. It's pretty simple. Anybody got any questions?
Okay, so great question. Don't let Debbie's 8-mile thing scare you. We have a couple assistant runners that are going to be in the group. We're going to run anywhere from, fast-ish to pretty slow. So don't worry about it. There's going to be people paced. You will not be left at all at any point in this without somebody who knows the route behind you.
No Rotarian will be left behind. The city knows about it. The police know about it. They're aware of us. Hotel staff are running with us as well.
Including the general manager of this hotel and the event manager. So we're well covered. It's not marked, but you're going to be taken care of for sure. Do not worry.
And if we don't get back, the show can't go on.
Yeah. There's 4 or 5 of us that'll be mixed in the group.
To 423 Taco and right back. They got great margaritas.
Okay. All right. Any other questions on the room? Yep.
You don't even need to sign up. Just be by the registration desk by 6:30 and come on out with us. We welcome everybody.
Which is right outside the door right here. Just come on out. Okay? Or 6:20 if you want to do some photos. With the route? Sure. There you go. I think it's that one. Yeah, that's that one. Sorry. Just to make sure I had the right one. So that's our route. Okay, any other questions? I can't tell. Anybody else? Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Awesome. And thank you. And coming up next, your favorite part of every program, more door prizes. Neil.
Yeah, I'll just take it. All right, guys. Well, you know what time it is. It's door prize. We've got four door prize gift cards that we're going to give away today. 2 of them are going to be $50, and the last 2 are going to be $100 each. So let's go ahead and get the next one up. It's going to be a Best Buy gift card for $50. Go ahead and spin the wheel, Phil. David Hogan. David Hogan, are you here? All right. Congratulations. $50 Best Buy. All right, we've got another $50 gift card from Amazon. Go ahead and spin the wheel, Phil. I saw his almost there. William Bonnie. Not here? All right, we'll go ahead and spin that wheel again, Phil. This is for Amazon's $50 gift card. Scott. Where's Scott at? All right, there you go. $50 Amazon gift card. Congratulations. All right, for the last two, these are the $100 gift cards. This is a $100 gift card to Hobby Lobby. Go ahead and spin the wheel, Phil. Pepper Pet. Red Jacket. Congratulations. Start some hobbies. All right, the last gift card for the evening is going to be $100 Home Depot. Go ahead and spin the wheel, Phil. Jared Akins. Is Jared here today? He's on his way. He's not in the building. All right, so he's going to have to check next time. Go ahead and spin that wheel, Phil. Thomas Willenbach. Not here either. All right, go ahead and spin it again, Phil. When you don't show up on Thursday, this is what happens. Bert! All right. In the back. Congratulations, Bert Dern. All right. So, I can't let you go right now. We have a couple more announcements. I'd like to go ahead and have Peter Glasher come back out and do some very important announcements before he lets you guys go. Thank you very much.
Okay, so my speaker coach, I have a couple on the front front table here, said, get a little closer to the mic, but I'm also going to use my outside voice, so hold on to your hats here. Okay, so we're going to start first with some shout-outs. So our first one is going to be Walton EMC, a corporation, a cooperative owned by those it serves, supplying energy to 135,000 plus accounts in Northeast Georgia counties. We have co-op members who are the owners will receive an $8 million refund next month. That's pretty cool, huh? Okay. Our next sponsor we want to recognize is State Farm and Scott Harden, a member of the Rotary Club of Etowah-Cartersville. Scott offers various insurance products in Bartow County, and if you need insurance then or a finance product, reach out to Scott. So, our next sponsorship, I guess that's what we're doing. The doTERRA infusers that you saw earlier and Carrie Poole, providing the highest quality essential oils and products. doTERRA independent agent Carrie Poole, a Jasper Rotary Club member, generously donated the train infusers for our door prizes. Not only functional, they tie in perfectly with our conference railroad theme, of course, and we appreciate all you have done to secure these donations. We know that it required significant effort, so thank you for that, Carrie. And then the final sponsorship recognition before we do some announcements is Northeast Georgia Medical Center, a not-for-profit community mental health system dedicated to improving the health and quality of people of Northeast Georgia. To that end, Northeast Georgia, the system contributed to our Chug-along 5K run, 1 mile walk with the swag bags, and supporting our conference's efforts to keep Rotarians moving and staying healthy. Thank you so much to Northeast Georgia Medical Center. Okay, so here's some announcements for you. Of course, the Bronze Club winners, we want to have your photographs at the Step and Repeat. So please, those of you who want your photographs taken at the Step and Repeat, please let those clubs be photographed first, and then you can go ahead and do that. The House of Friendship and the GRSB silent auction will be open until 10 o'clock tonight, and so we've got about a good hour and a half. So the Hall of Friendship. Oh, yes, it is the Hall of Friendship, isn't it? Okay, yes, it's not the House of Friendship, the Hall of Friendship. I should know that, shouldn't I? Okay, so here's what's happening tomorrow. Of course, you've heard about what's happening at 6:30 with the 5K run and the 1 mile walk. At 7:30, you will have Rotary Express coffee, as well as drinks, and the Hall of Friendship and the GRSB silent auction will open again, so be sure to visit there. Breakfast will be on your own, but we've made arrangements with the marketplace to have all of that available for you. Of course, the next general session will open at 9 o'clock. The doors will open at 8:45. We will have a 15-minute break where we will have more Rotary Express coffee, and you will be expressly rotarized by that. So, but here's a really important announcement, okay? We want you to move your caboose out of this room at the end of the session tomorrow. And why is that? Because we have to turn this room around for the Rotary Foundation Luncheon. And we can't do that with you in the room. So we are giving you lots of incentives to do that, which of course is to visit the Hall of Friendship and the GRSB silent auction. Because the reason we want to move the Rotary Foundation Luncheon along is because we have our 2 train excursions tomorrow, if you signed up for that. So the first one will be when the bus will be loading at 2 o'clock. The session will be ending about 1:30, so there's not a lot of time there for that. So one thing to think about is remember that you can bring your own wine or beer on the train. So maybe during that 15-minute break before the Foundation Luncheon, go get your wine and go get your beer and have it handy so that you can board the bus with your libation, and then the bus will leave at 2:30. We'll go on the train. The train will come back about 5:30. The bus will return here at about 6 o'clock, when the second group will then board the bus, be leaving about 6:15. They'll go on their train ride. Remember, you have a choice of 3 desserts on the ride, so there's a lot to look forward to there. So we do, again, remind you that during the luncheon tomorrow, you want to put out your meal cards, you want to have your allergy cards. So we just want to thank you so much. This has been a great evening, and have a great evening, and I hope you sleep well, and go visit the Hall of Friendship and the GRSB silent auction. We are adjourned.
Switches on the train.